Alexander Povetkin versus Carlos Takam is going down this Friday. Very, very interesting heavyweight fight. To me, Povetkin has been in the best form of his career lately. I think he's looked better after the Klitschko fight than he did before the Klitschko fight. And Carlos Takam is a very, very strong, come-forward fighter. Not really a one-punch knockout artist, but he's got tremendous volume, and he's just a physical beast in terms of his physique and physical strength. He's like Derek Chisora, but the jacked version, the ripped version. He's a huge, physically huge, imposing guy. He's around the same height and dimensions as Chisora, but he's just pure muscle and throws a hell of a lot of punches. You know, fairly decent head movement, comes forward all the time, relentless. And he just outworked and pretty much steamrolled Tony Thompson in their fight. So going up against Povetkin, Povetkin is, I think, the harder puncher, the more correct puncher. Takam is not as crude as a guy like Chisora. He does punch more correctly than that, but he still doesn't exactly have the most crisp, accurate, correct technique. But he's decent enough. Comes forward. Povetkin, I think, is the better schooled of the two. Quicker hands. And like I say, I think he's a bit bigger puncher. Both guys are around the same kind of height. It's going to be an interesting fight. I think Takam's probably going to be stronger than Povetkin, physically stronger in the clinches. But if Povetkin can hit him with some shots that hurt him or, you know, get his respect, then it might keep Takam off him, and Takam's physical strength, his extra physical strength, which I think he probably has, may not come into play if Povetkin can just, you know, land some heavy shots and get Takam's respect. So I think this is a very, very interesting fight. Given the fact that Takam is not really, as far as I've seen, a big one-punch knockout artist, and that this fight is taking place in Russia, I think it's unlikely that Takam would get a points victory. I mean, this is heavyweight boxing, so all these guys have got the power to hurt each other if they catch each other right. But Takam hasn't shown the ability to land concussive punches on a consistent basis and, you know, knock guys out with one shot. He hasn't shown the ability to do that. Okay, he doesn't have the element of surprise. He's not really quick enough. He doesn't set up his punches well enough to be able to get one-punch knockouts and that kind of stuff. So I think this fight's probably going to go the distance. Takam's proven durable before. Obviously, Povetkin's proven durable. So I think the fight's probably going to go the distance. If there is a knockout, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Povetkin knocking Takam out. But I think more than likely it's going to go to points. And even if Takam deserves to win, let's say Takam just outworks Povetkin, can you see Takam getting a decision in Russia, in Povetkin's backyard? I can't. I'd be very surprised. Again, I'm not saying nothing against Russian boxing or the Russian judges or anything like that, but this is just a fact of life in boxing these days. When you're fighting in a guy's hometown, funny things can happen. And I know Kell Brook got a deserved points victory over Sean Porter, but that seems to be the exception rather than the rule these days. A lot of the time we're getting these hometown decisions, this home cooking. So for that reason, I think if you were going to bet on it, you know, like the wire, I would probably go with a Povetkin points decision in this fight. I think that's the safest bet to go with. But I expect a tough, competitive fight. I think both guys are going to give it their all, and we're going to see an exciting matchup. So drop your comments below. Let me know how you feel about this fight. This is Hapman. I'm out.